So all time exists all the time.
I know that sounds kind of weird and unintuitive, but we have to kind of suspend our common sense. And accept that mathematically, and according to the best physics formulas we have, that actually makes sense. Let's visualize the geometric object that Einstein spoke about as a block. Remember the tetrahedra, the building block pixels of reality I told you about? Now imagine the entire universe, everything, everywhere, in one frozen moment in time. Like a single frame in a movie. In this one frame, all of reality everywhere appears frozen in this one position. But instead of a frame in a movie, it's a frame in all of reality. Now, imagine the next frame. Each frame is different from the previous one, just like in a movie. See how all frames exist in Einstein's space-time all at once? Okay, now here's where things get really, really weird. We assume that the past influences the future. That's how we appear to experience reality. But when you look at this block, why would one side be the past and one side be the future? Why go left to right and not right to left? Why can't the future influence the past? Take away the names past and future if that helps you think of this concept. So what if the past influences the future and the future influences the past in an endless feedback loop? So then, the question is, which part of the past is influencing which part of the future and vice versa? And the answer is, all time is affecting all time, all the time.
Hi, I need a drink.
Is this even possible? Can me 20 years from now influence me now, just as I influence her? This is too weird to even grasp. But everything we know says this is the way it is. Am I stoned? Okay, so if every moment is co-creating every other moment, both forward and backward in time, then reality would be this massive neural network spanning space and time. This type of network would have one even way stranger quality than anything we've talked about so far. It would be its own creator.
So, if all time exists all the time, and every moment is influencing every other, not in a straight line, but in a multi-dimensional feedback loop, then you're not just a product of your past. You're not just a character in a linear story. You're a node in a living network of consciousness, a soul navigating a simulation that responds in every direction. We've been taught time is forward moving, that the past is done, the future is unknown, and the present is all we have. But what if that's the lie? What if the past is still accessible, still shifting, still open to dialogue? What if the future is already watching you? Not from afar, but from within your field. A few years ago, during deep meditation, I stopped treating time as a line. I started treating it like a mirror room. Every version of me staring back from a different angle. All of them alive, all of them waiting for contact. I began sending reflections to a version of myself 1 year in the past. Not hoping to change what happened, but to offer light, perspective, insight, to cast a ripple across the waters of my own timeline. I wrote to him, I meditated with him. I poured what I knew now into the silence of who I was then, and slowly, I started to feel it loop back. Moments where the decisions I was making in real time felt guided, not by logic, but by a version of me already standing at the end of the tunnel, reaching back. That's not fantasy, that's quantum, that's spiritual causality. Retrocausality is what the physicists call it, the idea that the future can influence the past. But our ancestors had another name for it, divine remembering, Christ conscious navigation, the soul whispering to itself across the illusion of time. You are not bound to a timeline, you are the timeline. Your mind is a receiver, your heart is a transmitter, your soul is a multidimensional architect weaving itself into matter again and again. Here's the part most won't tell you. Your trauma didn't start with you. Your guilt isn't always yours. Your desires are echoes from the future, just as much as your fears are echoes from the past. You're not just carrying memory, you're carrying momentum, patterns, waves of potential waiting to collapse into reality, but only when observed, only when owned. So what does this mean practically? It means you can rewrite what you relate to without denying what happened. You can change how the past expresses itself in your field. You can visit your younger self in dreams, meditations, astral space. Not with fantasy, but with the full authority of who you've become. You can whisper to your younger self in the middle of their breakdown. You can beam clarity to your former self right before a decision point. And most of all, you can recognize that the higher self you're becoming is already doing that for you right now. And that's not blasphemy, that's divine design. The God self was never bound to time. It only entered the game to help you navigate it. So here's your permission. Talk to your past. Dream with your future. Stop outsourcing transformation to external milestones. The timeline is malleable, not through denial, but through mastery. Every choice you make in alignment, every time you act from your future self's awareness, you collapse a new path. You send light to every version of you still waiting in the dark. You become your own ancestor. You become your own guide. You become your own prophecy. Because time is not moving forward, you are. And when you become aware of the loop, you don't just play the game, you start to code it.